Well. Somebody done put a ring on it. Somebody done decided they wanted to make a happy home. Somebody has decided that they don't want to no longer be out there hoeing in these streets. Red Bull has locked it up with Max Verstappen. Or Verstappen. Matter of fact, he might be strapping it on if Red Bull came out the pocket like that, outside giving a deal with Oracle and all that abundant money, which is something to speculate on, given the fact that they, went in with that much money, and then the Massey situation, then the whole. But we'll get into that another. Right now, we talk about Max getting that bag. First of all, before any of you Max haters drop down in the comments section and just spew the bullshit y'all usually do, I am congratulating Max on getting the bag. One thing I don't do is hate on somebody basically being successful. Like, if his body of work to Red Bull said to them, hey, let's pay this man, let's make him one of the highest paid Formula One drivers, because he's not the highest paid Formula One driver, that is still Lewis Hamilton. Just letting you know. Because I keep hearing this narrative that Max is on par with Lewis. I don't give a damn if it's $1 million difference. If it's $4 million difference, that ain't on par. You just in the 50s. You really at 50. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, congratulations, Max, on that deal. But let's talk about some shit on the real. Why did Red Bull give Max $50 million a season, and Max signed a deal going all the way to 2028? Basically, I mean, right now we're 2022, so technically you could say 6 years, but given it goes until, I think his other contract is until 2023, and then it's an extension, 5 years, he's going to 2028. So 5-year extension, right? That's a long time. Why would they do that? Well, the first thing I'm going to address is this. I believe Red Bull is doing what they are doing to better mentally support the fact that they have the number one driver in Formula One, when that is really not true. I need y'all to stop kidding yourselves, and I need y'all to quit with this bullshit about moving on. We moved on, but do you realize that Formula One, the FIA, all type of elite journalists in the game are still talking about everything that happened in 2021 plus what's going on in 2022. It's going to be no different here, except I'm a little bit different when I approach this shit. So with that being said, I believe Red Bull is doing what they can to mentally support Max and say to the world that we have the number one driver. Well, if that was the case, why you ain't give my bro 55 million? Give him 55. I mean, if you really want to go big or go home and we rounding up, go to 55. Make it a cool 55 million. And then we can say, okay, he the highest paid. But I think they know that I know they don't have the number one driver. Anybody looks at that race, you got to say to yourself, and skip all the other bullshit about the pits and all that stuff. If Massey does not fuck up or go in there and manipulate the race, Max is not a world champion at all, and Lewis is an 8-time world champion, period. So right now, we're going to have another video, so I'm not going to get into the topic I was going to get into. We're going to get into this. Why would Red Bull do that? Why would Red Bull pay Max $50 million? Why would they want to take him out to 2028? Well, right now, I think we know that Lewis has signed a 2-year extension, which would have been in 2021, which would make his contract, I believe, renewable coming up in 2023, possibly, I believe. I got to check my facts, but I'm just talking off the dome right now, off the head. We freestyling right now. So I believe it's not job security, it's team security, okay? And I've always said this, no matter what sport that we're in, availability is the best ability, and it is also the best leverage for somebody to get an ideal or great contract, right? So if you don't have a plethora of drivers out here that are readily available that can compete, what are you going to do as an organization, as a company, as a team, right? You're not going to let Max walk out the door. You're not going to take the chance that Toto Wolff is going to come to Max and say, hey, come to Mercedes, right? No, you don't want to do that. You don't want that to happen. Yes, because it's true. Let's just be honest. I'm being objective. Lewis Hamilton, I'm going to say probably the next 4 years. Within the next 4 years, Lewis Hamilton will likely probably go ahead and decide that he's going to leave the sport and go on to different endeavors. I mean, what else? Almost like Tom Brady, what else does he need to do, right? He's tied at the most wins in world championships, but he did it better. All right. He's got hellified records. Max does not have hellified records. Right now, Max is still just hanging on with the youngest driver shit because he started at like 17, I believe, and he just got the youngest driver. But Max is nowhere near the accomplished driver that Lewis Hamilton is, or Sir Lewis Hamilton is. He's not. Don't get it twisted. You cannot factually even prove that to me. You cannot factually prove to me that Max is a more decorated, a more accomplished driver. You can't factually do it. Personally, you want to say that? Cool, but factually, you can't do it. Is he a better driver than Lewis Hamilton? No. Statistics will not say that. Fact checking does not say that. Stats do not say that. So why, again, would Red Bull go out there to give Max $50 million after only getting one chip with a big-ass asterisk on it? Not as accomplished as Lewis Hamilton. Like I say, ability is the best. Availability is the best ability. And Max is the only driver from last season that legitimately competed in GPs with Lewis Hamilton. Let's just be right and fair. Like, I'm being fair, I'm being honest. Like I said it going after 2020, I said that Max was basically on track. If he kept evolving and learning and doing, he's going to be next up. He's going to be next up. Now, it tarnished last season, tarnished that, but it still doesn't change the fact that Max could be next up. If you go and look at his placements throughout the season, he's been progressively doing better every season. Now, let's also be real that Honda coming in to help Red Bull definitely and significantly improved their ability to compete with Mercedes. All right. Honda had a big part in that. Without Honda, I do not see Red Bull anywhere close last season. I just don't see it. Just being honest with that. So the money is not something, even though that we as fans or viewers or journalists or anybody else as reporters might say, hey, just like Marco's whack ass went out there and said Lewis Hamilton's too expensive. Well, that ain't true. That's not true. And just like a lot of people talking about we need a driver's salary cap, that ain't true. That's some hating shit. Like, why do you want to cap somebody's money? Red Bull did what they needed to do to hopefully secure their future because they want to likely go on a run like Mercedes. They are hoping that they can go on. Think about it. It's so significant that it's a 5-year extension, right? They're hoping that they can go on a 5-year run to put Max in a position to also be one of those drivers in Formula One history, to also get those constructors championships. And Max gives them their best opportunity at the time. George Russell is locked up. Lando Norris, he's locked up. Ricciardo definitely ain't going to give him that leading edge. Gasly, we know damn sure ain't going to do it. Bottas, although Bottas did well, Bottas is not really the future. Bottas is, he's probably going to be going, he's not even at the top. And then as far as age, he doesn't give Red Bull a lot of future. Max gives them a nice runway for future. He's very competitive. He is a good driver. And Red Bull decided that, you know what, if Lewis leaves, he's making like somewhere around $54 million a season, not even, I don't think, including his endorsement deals and his shit off the track. Off the track, there's no comparison for Max and Hamilton. Like, off the track money is ridiculous with Lewis. Max ain't touching that either. But when Lewis leaves, right, at $54 million, Max then will be the highest paid Formula One driver. So Red Bull's like, we ain't going to have to up that check no more. 5 years, we got him. He'll be the highest paid driver unless something crazy happens. Like Russell all of a sudden just comes this phenom. And then next thing you know, Mercedes trying to get him that bag in 2 or 3 years, maybe 3 years. I give him 3 years if that ever happens. But I don't foresee that happening right now. I'm being very objective and very fair. So Max is their future. And they're going to put the bag behind him for mental support to try to make him feel like he's that guy, to try to make him look like he's that guy, and to also secure Constructors' Championships, hopefully going forward. That's the real deal. That's how I feel. So, like I said, congratulations for Max getting that bag. And I also want to let y'all know the album is out. All streams. You can go to the link tree right there in the header on the YouTube page. Also, we'll be doing like live and premieres, so you can go ahead and get those stickers on there and do the super chat so I can see your comments and your questions. And we're going to have a lot of content coming out in the next week because we also have testing next week. And just like in my last video, are they going to cancel testing in the midst of all this stuff going on, which we're going to talk about too? There are things that have happened in the Middle East that definitely would warrant, if you care about people, to cancel said events. But I guarantee you it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, right? Just not. Too much money, right? It's got to be so detrimental to the product that they do that, and that ain't the case. Bombs ain't flying and dropping out the sky. Soldiers ain't walking around the street. Tanks ain't turning around the corner. It's safe enough for us to go in there. Whatever happens on a minuscule, microscopic level, yeah, whatever. We can ignore that. It ain't at the track. It ain't going to damage the track. It ain't going to damage the driver. So with that being said, congratulations, Max, for getting the bag. You are not the best driver. You possibly may be in the future, but honestly, I don't even see that. And you are worth what you get. And they said Max is worth $50 million a year to them. A season. Not even really a year, a season. Like, we're talking about 20 plus races. Think about that. $50 million. Hey, I'm congratulating him. Him and Lewis. Everybody else, even if you getting $1 million, like most of us sitting right at home right now, we're not getting $1 million for 20 something to clock in 20 times at work, given, all the off track stuff. I get you, but I'm not going to go on too long. Anyway, I think that's why they gave him the $50 million. I don't think it's really legitimately because Max has earned it, or he's decorated, or has shown us enough to say he's worth that $50 million. I think that's why they gave it to him, but he got it. So that is what it is. Stay tuned for the next video. We about to be rolling. All right. Peace.